Hi, my name is Trevi.
And I'm Kate.
And welcome back to our podcast called 6 Feet Above.
Oh, God.
So I lost my voice. It's been a very, very long week.
But it's hot and raspy.
I'm like, no, I'm not detransitioning. I just have been screaming myself off. And then 4th of July was yesterday.
Correct.
But 6 feet above.
Okay, Melody. Meloidy.
It's kind of just giving, like, at this point, Grammy winning artist.
I've truly always said that.
Yeah. I've cried every day this week.
Right.
And I don't cry. You guys know that I don't cry.
She just told me this and I was like, what's going on? She was like, we'll talk about it.
Yeah, I don't really know what's going on with me. I just think with how much I've just been, like, occupied and then, like, finally got home, I think my body's, like, trying to just, like, reset or release or, like, something.
Yeah, you've been go.
I also just, like, haven't slept since I've been back, having a moment. But, yeah, nothing changed with the estrogen. Like, I didn't double the estrogen or anything.
Okay.
I'm like, women and their estrogen. Oh, she must be on her fucking period.
Honestly, in a sense.
How many times has someone asked you that, like, when you're, like, upset?
If I'm on my period?
Yeah. Like, is that, like, straight men's go-to?
Yeah, I feel like more women than men have asked me that. I feel like men know not to ask me that because I have that crazy twitch in my eye when I'm mad at a man, and they know that if they ask me that question,
1,000,
they might not be leaving the house.
What?
So.
Yeah, no, I'm getting chill vibes out of this episode already.
Okay,
yeah,
cute.
I'm just like, I don't have it in me.
It's weird because I drank like 4 energy drinks today, and I'm trying to be chill right now, but I'm on the edge of my seat.
Okay. I'm gonna.
And I want a cigarette.
What? Guys, if you are watching this on YouTube and you're driving or trying to fall asleep and you want to listen to the audio version, the link is in the description. Before we continue this episode, I've said it before and I will say it again. We are getting more views than we have subscribers, which is a slay, by the way. But I would like more subscribers, so click that subscribe button and the notification bell to know when we upload the next episode.
So tell me about what you did yesterday.
Oh, I went to the iconic all-white Nobu party for 4th of July. But I've never been.
Insane.
I've never been. So I did my big one.
Need to hear everything.
I did my big one. It was very much anxiety because think about being at a sushi restaurant where there's like soy sauce everywhere.
Right.
People with drinks everywhere. Oh my God. You know I had 5 shout wipes in my purse?
As you should.
No, because where's the shout? Where's the shout sponsorship?
Where are you at?
Where are you at? 'Cause if I could shout, I could.
Yeah, she did a little too much of that yet.
I was shouting a little bit too much.
Wait, was it free sushi?
Yeah.
Oh my.
Everywhere.
Did you go alone?
I met friends there.
Okay, you knew people
but
there.
I mean, on my way there, I went alone. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's scary.
No, it was everything. Yeah, and it was so like Lux is like this girl. She was like one of the people that was like passing around sushi, and I was like,
God, a dream.
I told her I was like, I literally wish I could eat right now, but I'm allergic because like I was allergic to like everything because the only thing I can have is salmon. Right. She's like, oh, don't worry about it. She went back, had the chef make me like my own platter of things that I like wasn't allergic to, like veggie rolls. And,
that's
and I was
service.
I was like, you are so real.
Yeah.
And
shout out.
If I remembered her name, I would say it. But like actual icon. I don't ever go to Malibu, and I just it's a hike for sure. But as soon as I pulled up, it was just like, I've seen this. Like I've seen it so many times online, like the red, white, and bootsy party, and I'm like, I can't believe I'm like the fame.
Literally,
like the literal.
I'm
fame.
In the presence of an extremely famous person.
No, yeah,
it's wild.
Wait, what did you do on the 4th of July? You looked so hot in your reels.
Thank you so much.
Like actual
Too
serving,
good to me.
actual body.
Yeah. So I started out the day, nary a plan, right? And then my roommate Harper Rose tries to set me up with this man that's 5'3" at like 8 a.m. And this all has to do with what I did that night. And I was into it. He DMs me and I respond. And I think he thought that we were like playing a joke on him. Because did we make a reel making fun of the situation? Yeah. But that's just a joke. Like, come on. We're just like, we're making jokes.
Right.
I was into it. And he was like, are you guys clowning me? And I was like, no. And then he sent me like 20 different messages just being really weird and saying like, yeah, I may be short, but like I get pussy and blah, blah. And I was like, whoa, what the hell? And then he calls Harper 5 times in a row. And then it just gets really weird. And then she calls me. She's like, dude, abort mission. Like, I think he's going to kill us. So that was like 11 a.m.
Okay.
And then
I'm sure he won't see this either.
at 1 p.m., my friend calls me and he's like, hey, what are you doing today? And I was like, we got an area plan. And he was like, come to my friend's party. We're like, okay. So he gives us the address. Thousand Oaks.
That's
never
1,000 miles away. Vanessa Carlton.
Right.
Yeah.
We show up. It's like a gated community. And
Gay community.
yeah, literally. It's like the rich of the rich. And me and Harper Rose are like, damn, what are we really doing here?
Your big one?
Right. And I'm just going to say this. Every party I've been to in LA that's thrown by a rich person is like quite literally the worst experience of my life. It sucks. They're so mean. Like, I pulled up to a party last week. I didn't know anyone. The guy throwing the party was in debt. I had the best time of my life.
No, yeah. So everyone, if you're in debt, I think you should go more in debt, rent out a house, throw a party.
No, it's a broke boy summer. I'm only going for broke men.
Broke boy. I mean, if we can have the bush, they can be the broke.
Exactly. Like, they're just like,
I don't claim. I don't claim.
yeah,
I don't claim.
No. But all I know is like no one tried to talk to us. They were like so cold.
Yeah, why would they?
No one tried. And like I knew one guy there, and he was playing ping pong with this other guy, and the other guy was kind of cute, and they were playing ping pong. And I go to the guy I don't know. I was like, this guy sucks, right? Like as a joke. And he's like, this guy sucks, right? And if I did that anywhere else, I feel like they would gag with me. And he just gave me a dirty look. And Harper Rose was like, walk away, Kate. And then we sat in a pool together, alone in a corner. I had a blast with her, but like the point of going to a party is to meet people and talk to people. Like we try to like smile at people and be like, hey. And they wouldn't even look at us. No, I was the juiciest girl there, which you know I love.
Yeah.
But like, I was like, okay, I know I'm juicy. I know I'm hot.
Right.
But y'all are mad.
For some reason.
I'm like trying to fight people. I'm like, why don't people want to talk to me?
Yeah. I'm like, punch the men. Like bring back the old times. It is so hard for me to talk today.
You're doing great.
I'm hoping.
Oh.
Oh man. Okay.
So that was fun.
That sounds fun. I think we should
time.
just start like going to more like Deddy parties.
Deddy parties.
Yeah, Deddy parties. A Deddy.
Yeah,
Deddy. If you will. So we're gonna start off strong today. People.
The worst.
They're all around. The worst. They're all around us, just like danger.
Oh,
yeah.
So true. I love when you bring it back.
Danger is all around us, and some may come to you in the future. Some may be here now, but there's also plenty of people from the past.
Oh no! I'm so glad we're talking about this.
Yes. Have you ever been jealous, first of all?
Like every day. It's actually getting insane.
And, you know.
Right.
Rolled.
Yeah.
But besides that, something with the moon or something right now?
The woo ho's got to tell us.
The
like,
woo
what's
ho's
going
gotta
on?
tell us. Why is every person who I've like haven't spoken to in actual millennia or even like ex situationships, situations like that, I'm like, I don't use Snapchat like that. Like, I'll promote the podcast or like post hot photos of me on my story.
Right. As you should.
But like, I opened that shit. I went to the messages section. I was like, where did you come from? Also, like, you have my number, weirdo.
Ugh, I hate that.
Too much for me. I'm noticing it. Are a lot of people from your past coming back?
Oh my God, yes.
Right
and
now?
my friends. They're everywhere.
For even friends? Oh, your friends too are also experiencing it.
Like,
yeah, we need the woohoo. The woohoo.
The woo
Woo! We need the woo-woos on this ASAP.
2 people from my past this week.
Who?
Well, one of them I'm not allowed to talk about because he said I can't talk about him anymore on this podcast.
You know what? May
May
I?
Yeah.
May I? Because you were telling me about this on FaceTime this morning,
and you got mad.
And she will respect you.
Yeah.
And not talk
I'm not
about
gonna talk about you.
But here's the thing. We keep things very anonymous when they need to be on this podcast.
No one would ever find out.
No one would ever. I don't even think y'all can follow each other.
No. I'm pretty sure he's blocked.
Yeah. So you need to get off high horse. And I don't even know if you're in the NFL anymore.
Stop.
God, I hope you're not. If you are, congrats. But I don't give a about your feelings. No, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. All right, we won't talk about you.
I love how
but we will talk about you in private.
But when I was drinking,
When?
last week, I I was like working as a receptionist at this insurance place, and I blacked out at work happy hour, hooked up with my coworker.
Yeah, right.
And then we like kept hooking up, like even like through sobriety. But I haven't talked to
good.
him in like 2.5 years because the last text I sent him was a literal dick pic.
Of
Because no, he was like, we were talking.
Was this before SRS?
We were talking, and this guy in my DM sent me an unsolicited pic. I was like, oh my God, this is so funny. I'm going to send it to him. And then he didn't respond. We didn't talk for 2 years. And then, but I like forgot about it. And then he FaceTimed me the other day.
Just a random, like,
And he was like, I've been thinking about you. And like, he lives in Santa Monica now. And I think he just became such a douchebag. And he was just like, I'd love to see you. And I was like, oh, okay, you're going to take me out? And he's like, I don't know about all that. And I was like, dude. But then he was like, well, what happened last time I took you out? Was it his birthday? And did I ghost him on his birthday? Yeah. That was a long time ago. I've changed. And so.
Was that pre-sobriety?
Nope. It was
And why would
fully
it
in
ever
sobriety.
be? Why would it ever be?
But like in my defense, I have absolutely nothing to defend myself with. But all I'll say is I apologize to him.
To my defense, I have nothing to defend myself about. But can we make sure it's not say that?
Like I absolutely was so in the wrong for that. That was f***ed up.
Yeah, that's...
And I'm sorry, and I get why you don't want to take me out. But
Yeah.
he was like, want to come over? And for a second, I was like, should I? But then I didn't.
Yeah, kind of just real, if you think about it.
Literally.
Yeah. No,
so
like
what
actually.
about you?
The finance guy that picked me up
No.
from here, the one that disappeared, yeah.
When?
The one that like actually broke me for like
Right.
weeks. I was like down bad for like weeks.
No, because I was mad at him.
It was.
No, I mean, I still hate you.
No.
I hate you.
Yeah. And he also told me not to talk about him on his podcast. So
Okay, wait, I like
eat
that.
a giant shark.
No, fuck.
me not cursing, so Kate, it's easier for Kate. Eat a giant shark.
That's what you deserve. What do you say?
Hey, how you been? It's like they always.
Wouldn't you like to know, loser?
Yeah. Wouldn't you actually like to know?
Did you respond?
I did, and yeah, fully,
What'd you say?
like a submissive little whore.
I get you.
Yeah. No, men like that will say that they've changed, and they will never will. And I've learned enough, so I just said my hellos. Was just like had a really good time with you. I think it was really disappointing how you disappeared. I just like said my feelings, and he was just like, you know that if that escalated, you know, like with my family and like the religion aspect, like I think me dipping was for like the better, and like it was like if I got attached, and then like he told me some that like I could never introduce you to my mother, like my friends can't know, like if I'd ever got to that territory, I think I'd be even more down.
Right.
So that, and then just old friends reaching out as well, not falling outs, but just like, you know, you gradually fade.
Yeah.
But that's
my favorite.
But yeah, I don't know what's in the air right now. So speaking of people,
I'm throwing up.
yeah, actually,
Yeah.
we make mistakes
Always.
and
in sobriety.
no, yeah, of course,
Mostly in sobriety.
yeah,
honestly.
mostly. But have you ever been a little confused by technology?
Yes.
Have you ever had a slip up or like a accident with technology?
Yes.
So one of my favorite things that I have done a few times in my life is screenshot a text chat with someone and send it right back to them.
Right. Oh,
Because
God,
why
I
would
love
you
that.
actually ever send it to the person you're going to send
Right,
it to?
right. Why would you ever do that correctly?
Why would you ever do that correctly?
Yeah.
Do you have any stories of people doing that to you or you doing that to someone?
Quite literally anyone I've ever dated.
Ever. Oh, yeah, of course.
I think the worst one, though, is one of my previous ex-boyfriends. I screenshotted. I was like trying to break up with him, and he like wouldn't let me. And he was like saying all these things like, "Oh my God, I love you. Give me another chance." I screenshot it. I sent it to my friend. I said, "Oh my God, this literally makes me want to cry." And by that I mean I said die, but I feel like I shouldn't say that, but I just did. So I was like, "This literally makes me want to die," and I sent it to him. And I said, but the good thing about me is I'm a genius. So I was like, "It makes me want to die that this is so hard." And then he was like, "Me too." So he never knew.
No. Men are dumb, but I don't necessarily know if the screenshot's helping.
I know. Or I've like done it once and I was like, "Look again what you just said. Like, how could you?" You know? Just like, I'm like, "Look what you just said to me." And he was like, I know that you were sending that to your friend.
Like, immediately, if someone sent me a screenshot and then they like sent separate texts that were like,
Look what you just
look what you just. I'd be like, I would.
No, I think he fell for it.
I would physically order an overnight clown nose on Amazon to their house, and you know how on Amazon you can like click like wrap as gift.
Yes. No.
That would actually, yeah. I got a DM. I go through my DMs sometimes, right? Go on my
You got a sift.
Go on, yeah, of course, because maybe sometimes there's gems, and there has been some that you may
Lord.
know. Not kidding.
Yeah.
I got a DM from like this random 40-year-old lady.
Wait, so you've never met?
No.
Okay.
I don't know. It was a message request from this random 40-year-old lady. She DMs me my own post and goes, "OMG, this is her now. So crazy."
Like, learn how to use technology. How'd that make you feel?
I mean, considering it was one of my best pictures I've ever posted on Instagram,
Right.
I fear she maybe wasn't coming for me.
No, it's giving compliment.
I think it was giving compliment.
Like, I can't believe I'm staring at this.
Yeah, but then I also received a comment. Did I sent you a picture last night?
Yes.
What it looked better as a man. I'm like,
Hey, can you all go literally to hell? Like, what are you talking
also,
about?
I never developed like past 20. Like I didn't know.
Right, so you're kind of giving file.
No one ever developed. Like no one developed into it. I don't see any like previous men in this room
No.
besides you.
Okay, but stop doing that, people.
Yeah, no. So I responded and I was just like, you and me both know you're lying.
Literally.
Like actually, like I was horrendously looking. I was horrendous looking pre-transition. I mean, not only was I not in the right body, honey, I was probably already a bottle of Tito's deep in each photo.
So real.
So,
Yeah.
speaking of, this happened an hour before I came here, by the way.
What?
So, I've been saving some money by, instead of using a rideshare service, for long drives, I will hire a driver beforehand.
Oh, okay.
Like for Malibu yesterday, like
Right.
because the rates of Uber and Lyft like will surge, especially like 4th of July yesterday.
Right. Oh
So
my
he
gosh,
gave
it's
me a
ridiculous.
good deal, and I've been using this this driver. Okay, let's say the driver's name is John.
Okay.
I go to text John today.
Right.
At around like 8 a.m., 9 a.m.
Okay.
And I say, this is what I said. Listen, hi, can you please take me to Beverly Hills at 7:15 p.m. today? ? Thank you! !
Right.
And if he obviously couldn't take me, I'd be like, okay, slay, regardless, thank you.
Yeah.
Just for like being there. So John didn't receive this message. Johnny did. And Johnny was many a moons ago
Oh my.
inside me.
Stop.
Yeah.
He's like, why is she asking me this?
But the fact, and now I read the text back now, and it's so she.
Yeah. Thank you.
And I'm like, okay, I haven't spoken to you in actual months, and then I hit you with, hi, can you pick me up at 7:15 p.m. today to take me to Beverly Hills?
That's a power move.
Thank you.
That's a power move.
But no, it's
I'm gonna
not,
start doing
because
that.
the last time I saw that man, I was begging for him to spit on me.
Oh.
Because why? He probably is like, this bitch is f***ing insane. She,
No, that's a power
No,
move because
not-
it's like, yeah, we hooked up, but actually I need a ride, so
No.
you're gonna be here on time.
how insane is that?
Did he respond?
No.
Let's call him right now. Wow.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I know, really awesome. I just love technology. And
Yeah.
to John and Johnny,
You're
hope
welcome.
it works out for the both of you.
Literally, you're welcome.
I literally then called John, the real driver, not the one that was, you know,
Right.
in
Cahoots
places
with.
in cahoots
Yeah.
with. And he answered and he's like, yeah, I actually can't. My wife is in the hospital giving birth. And I'm like, congrats.
Literally.
Yeah, so
That's wild. And
I'm like, you took me to Malibu yesterday while your wife was about to pop. Like,
yeah, wait, what?
no, because he's working on his fitness. He's his witness.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
I actually have something that will make you feel better.
Okay, tell me.
This one time, my friend, his his like man situationship had the same name as his dad,
Oh my God.
And
Have you ever?
And he texted his dad saying,
No.
he texted his literal dad saying, I want your big load in my ass. And then he texts
God.
a bunch of like spaces and then goes, don't scroll up. I would have to like never talk to my
when
dad
did he
again.
tell you this?
This was like 2 years ago.
Before the unsend
Oh
feature. Before the
'cause
unsend feature.
I just figured that out today. My friend unsent something. And I was like, send it back, you dirty. Because I'm like, I know you were trying to send me something. And sent it on
How would
accident.
if I ever sent something like that to my dad, anything in the likeness of,
Would you be here right
I
now?
don't think I'd be on this planet Earth.
What would you do?
Relapse.
And I think he was low key in the closet. So his dad was like, "Excuse me," on so many levels. It's not just like the excuse me. It's like,
I would
load.
I wouldn't know how to come back from that one.
I literally don't know how he did. He's been different ever since.
Yeah. He couldn't come back. He just came bareback. Not kidding at all. But I will say the one thing about, Johnny, the person I did hook up with back in the day, he was a man of uncircumcision.
Oh, okay.
Right? And I don't know if has this been a topic we've talked about? I'll be honest.
Please.
I think it's crazy to judge someone by their genitals, especially coming from someone like me who literally the anatomy of it all is giving like not that.
Mind your business.
Yeah. So I'm not going to be one to judge, but I just think that it's not necessarily my cup of tea. It's not my preferred route. I do not want to take Coldwater Canyon. I would like to take the 101. You know what I'm saying?
That's so true.
It's just, I think since we've spoken about men's hygiene in the past briefly, if we can't get them to simply wipe their ass or rub soap on their ass, how are we expecting them to clean the innermost skin of the penile organ? The one that, first of all, they're touching the most.
Right.
They
yanking every which
yanking,
way.
Pulling, bopping, twisting, strapping.
Right.
No one's going in with a toothbrush scrubbing the smegma.
Is it that hard? Is it that hard to clean though? Because I don't get it. But
why are you asking me?
No, I mean I'm just like in general. I'm like I get the ass because it's behind you. Maybe it's trouble for them, but I feel like we give them too much grace when it comes to cleaning their yangs.
Do we?
Because I feel like we're like, oh God, it's probably gonna reek, and I'm like, it doesn't have to.
So this is kind of where I had a really. I'm just gonna lay it on the table.
Okay, please.
I had a really traumatizing experience. I want to say when I was 19 or 20 years old.
My God.
And it was someone that was beyond gorgeous, so hot, and he shows up, and we were hooking up. We were about to hook up, and he pulls down his pants, and to my surprise, the man was uncircumcised.
Okay.
I was whatevs with it.
Yeah.
The trauma didn't happen yet, so I was like, cock.
So true.
So as soon as I try to pull the skin back,
Stop.
he goes, "Ow!"
What?
And I go, "Wait, ow? What do you f***ing mean, ow?" I was pulling the skin back. He goes, "It hurts. Don't do it so fast." I pull it back, and it's just... I mean, it was a cottage cheese farm.
No.
Yeah, and then as soon as I pulled the skin back, it was... I couldn't even put a name on the smell.
Can you try to describe it?
Picture this with me. Let's get like a bucket, all right? We have a bucket, right?
Okay.
Keep pissing it.
Yeah.
Pissing it. Okay, Kate's pissed in it, okay? She's dehydrated.
As fuck.
I piss in it. I'm also dehydrated.
Fuck.
Celsius, Red Bull, piss in this, okay?
What a combo.
Hey, Bree, can you get in this bucket?
Stop.
Okay, Bree, our podcast producer, just into this bucket.
No.
And then
There's no way it was giving
and then
fecal.
we're gonna have that guy, your friend. Can we have his dad come in and then put a load into this bucket? Yeah. So since he's giving out free loads, right?
Right.
So that friend's dad's load is in this bucket.
We can't.
Maybe like the worst ever smelling BO person that you know. Can you have them like run 5 miles and then like like get a rag and put all their sweat into the bucket.
Girl.
That is what this man's cottage cheese farm smelled like. Was that too much?
I just don't get it. Like that's cottage cheese is like our thing. That's like yeast infection.
Well, so I did my research after, and apparently it's caused by like lack of hygiene, the smegma of it all. But it basically what happens if you don't clean it,
it sticks.
It sticks. So
it
when
congeals.
Yes, so it like cements.
I'm celibate again.
So am I.
I legit feel disgusted.
So,
wait, so you didn't suck it, right?
Babe, I
did some questionable things at 19.
Imagine I just go, you know what, Kate? Some things you
After
just
that whole
gotta do.
bucket
After the whole.
I'm like, so you sucked it.
So you sucked it, right? No. I looked. We were in a hotel room too, and I look at this man and I go, okay, can you put your underwear on, please? And he goes, what? I go, can you put your underwear on, please?
How does he not know?
And your pants. And I go, this was
And then
lovely.
you push him out the
I
window.
am not in the mood.
Right.
And I open the door.
These men are grown though. How do you not know not to
Yeah.
wash your dick? Again, it's the grace. We give him too much grace.
We give him too much grace.
I'm done.
Basically what I'm getting at is Johnny from, a while back was my first, return to the uncut scene.
Oh, so you were, it
and
was giving trauma.
he was the most hygienic person I've ever met.
That's right, babe.
And it was it gave me hope again that
Yeah.
there's men out there that are doing their big one. Like, yeah.
I'm so happy I've never experienced that. No shade. Like, that sounds horrible. I've only had one experience with an uncircumcised.
So he was always
Yeah, and I was in college. I was just like, I've never seen anything like it. And then I took a literal chocolate bar because I was trying to be like flirty and like I wanted him to fall in love with me. Put a chocolate bar on it.
And you bit his dick off.
And I like ate it off his yang. And he was like,
Kate, you've really done some questionable things.
he was like, this isn't hot. And I was like, true. But,
Yeah.
and he didn't fall in love with me.
Was he hot?
He was so hot. He was like
Aw.
British. And I saw him at the bar.
Oh yeah, the Brits. They're uncut. All of them.
They stay uncut.
They
Yeah.
stay uncut.
Yeah.
Today we have our first sponsor.
Hey!
So I'm gonna go ahead and insert that right now. It's time to make a move. Love to Play, the biggest online gaming destination, has opened 500 more exclusive slots so you can experience the excitement of Vegas anytime you want.
Picture the thrill of Vegas right at your fingertips, wherever you are, whether you're unwinding at home, on the go, or even during a work break. Love to Play has a game that's perfect for you.
With themed slot games that whisk you away to magical worlds and classic games that offer an authentic Vegas feel, Love to Play has it all. But it's not just about the games. At Love to Play, you'll join a lively, inclusive community where you can make lasting friendships and create unforgettable memories.
With exclusive bonuses and new rewards every day, the biggest wins and the best times are just a click away. Start playing today and feel the rush of Vegas at your fingertips. Turn your downtime into fun time.
Visit LOVE2PLAY.com and claim 50 free spins exclusively for the first 500 users using promo code 6FA on their first deposit. So tell your friends, your family, and don't miss out on your biggest payday yet. The adventure awaits at Love to Play, where you can find excitement in every day. If you or a loved one are struggling with gamble addiction, please contact the National Problem Gambling Hotline at 1-800-GAMBLER or visit 1-800-GAMBLER.net. Please play responsibly and 21 plus. Thank you to our first sponsor.
Oh my gosh, thank God.
Literally begging.
Yeah,
I know.
at this
Literally
point.
QLB.
Okay, so the thing about us is we have chests and we need to get it off of them. So this next segment is called Off Our Chest, where we just get something off our chest that's been heavy on our chest. It can be good, it can be bad. Trevi, why don't you take us away?
I love that you intro that segment because it's the first time you've ever done it.
I know.
And I need you to do it every time now.
Oh my God, Slay.
I ran into an old friend. Okay. Actually,
Good or bad?
you know him.
I want to know.
So I ran into an old friend that I used to briefly live with. Kate knows him, but she doesn't know who I'm talking about yet. And it was at a birthday party. It was a few nights ago. And I haven't seen him in a while. And he saw me and he lived with me when I was at my worst with addiction.
Okay.
And one time in my addiction, I ended up in an ambulance, and that was like, super fun, sexy, and classy of me, to be completely honest. He comes up to me at this birthday party. He's like, I haven't seen you in so long. He's like, I'm sober now too. Congrats on everything with your sobriety.
Oh, right. I know who this is.
So
Yeah.
this is, And he goes, can I admit something to you? And I go,
Oh my God.
yeah. I mean, it's been 3 years since that happened. And he goes, I was the one that called the ambulance on you.
Damn.
And obviously I assumed that it was one of my roommates at the time,
Right.
But it was a house of, there was like 5 roommates at that time. He goes, I was one that called the ambulance on you, but I will say you had so many bags of ketamine on you in your room, in your pocket, in your purse. And I
Holy shit.
gathered all of them and hid them so that they wouldn't get I wouldn't get in trouble legally.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. He
And-
saved you.
And I looked at him dead in the eyes and I go, where are they now?
Yeah.
No, but I literally look at him and I go, wait, actually? I didn't know, I
can't
was
believe you
so,
didn't know
I don't
that.
know, the fact that I wasn't conscious enough to know that
Yeah.
is so scary. Like an OG, I love this man so much. So I guess it's
Yeah.
technically like a positive off
Yeah,
my
it
chest.
is. I texted him today saying you're my favorite straight man.
He's my favorite straight man.
Yeah.
I fear.
I love
Yeah,
him.
I love him so much.
Oh, that's nuts. Could you
yeah.
go to jail?
I don't know, but I probably would have been immediately just moved to the psych ward. I fear,
Right.
which would have been bad.
Not
Right.
a good time.
Not fun.
Yeah.
And then my second off my chest is that Lana and Quavo released a song called Tough, and I have not stopped playing it on repeat. Are you a repeat? Are you a repeat song player?
I mean, of course. I haven't gotten to it yet because Meg's album has been out for like
Right, so
a
you're-
week. I'm
you're-
like repeating all the songs still,
You're
but
doing your big one with
is
that.
it good?
It is like if trap met country met
Really?
old Americana met Lana met it's and he is singing on it too.
Really?
With auto tune, it's very him, but he's singing, and it's he's got melodies too, and it's and then they
Wow.
harmonize in the chord. It's listening to it on the way to Malibu yesterday, so looking out the window.
Oh my gosh, sentimental.
on the PCH, it was Boots,
Is there
and
a
I
music
just
video?
there's a music video too. It's so hot.
Do you think they're smooching?
I don't know, and I would ship. So I think that's off my off my chest. Did you see that someone commented their favorite thing that I do is when I repeat words back to you.
Wait, do you do that? What do they mean?
In every episode I watched him say this is the worst thing ever.
This is the worst thing ever.
Ever.
Oh, you
And
do that.
And I repeat it back to you. I do it in every episode. And I've probably already done it in this
I've
episode.
never peeped. It's just like our
it's
lore.
just the nature of our lore.
Yeah.
And it's so funny when as this podcast is growing and more people are getting to know us on I guess I would say this is literally the most personal I've been online. So it's as people are getting to know us personally, obviously we're not playing a facade on here because that would be boring. So
Couldn't
I
if
feel
we
like we're
tried.
I feel like we're all getting to know each other, and as they're learning the lore and how our friendship operates,
Right.
it is so funny to see the little things that they notice about
that
us.
we don't even peep.
Yeah, we don't even peep. I swear to God, I did not mean to do that. I
Damn.
swear to God. It's second nature to me to just I think it's my way of agreeing with you or
Yeah.
boomeranging
Right.
that I approve this
It
message.
validates me.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
the validation station nation.
So my off my chest is, first of all, as you all know, I left my keys in New York, my car keys, and the UPS lost my package. It's been a whole thing. So I was like, you know what? I got to call a locksmith. He came to my place and they're like, the starting price is $120. And I was like, all right, I can do that. But I'm flirting with a guy, obviously, because hopefully he'll shave the price down for whatever it is. He was like, what do you do? And I was like, oh my God, I teach Pilates. He was like, I can tell. And I was like, stop. And I'm flirting with
yeah.
him. And he's kind of cute. And I'm like, low-key, I would. And anyways, I was turning the charm on. And then he was like, all right, that'll be $800.
What?
Yeah. He says 800. Tears start streaming down my
Well,
face.
you said it was you briefly mentioned last week that
Right, but they said
It-
existing price was 120 starting price. So I was like, okay, it can't be more than 200. And so when that came to fruition, I felt defeated. And I was like, is there any way you can shave it down? He was like, no. I was like, okay. That sucked. And then we went out on Friday.
We did.
We did. And
Tenants of the Trees.
Tenants of the Trees.
Kind of want to go tonight. Kind of want to go tonight.
I'm literally down.
All
All I know is I saw a group of guys there that we saw at Barney's like 2 months ago, and they were like scoping the scene for girls, and I was like, why is this gross to me?
Ever.
But something I'll say about that night is, first of all, I was in a gray skirt, and I felt sweat like dripping down my thighs. Don't know why I wore that. And I was asking Trevi every 3 minutes, hey, do I have sweat on my ass?
And I was like taking a flashlight.
Yeah. And I was like, don't draw attention to it.
No, there was no sweat.
Thank you.
At least from the outer part.
I appreciate, yeah. I appreciate that. And also, you know, when you like walk into a bar and sometimes for like a split second, you're just like, damn, I kind of wish I could drink. Yeah. Like I kind of wish I could like rip 12 shots.
Yeah.
I always like for a second when my feet start to hurt and like my back's aching and I want to go home, I'm like, just imagine that life. But that's very not normal to want to take 12 shots.
It's not living that life Von Dutch.
No, but so what I love about that is, and this is just like the universe having my back. For a second, I was just like, kind of wish I could rip 12 shots right now. And then I see a man standing on an elevated surface with his Snapchat open. He's like swaying from side to side. He's so blacked out. His eyes are droopy. He's alone. And he's taking a Snapchat of himself and like the entire bar. Yeah. And I see him be like, yo, crazy night. And he's like almost falling over. And I was like, that's all I needed.
That's all I needed.
All I needed.
I thought you were going to say something terrible.
No. I was like, oh, nope, I'm good.
One time I was at a bar in Lake Havasu, Arizona. Okay. This is in the depths of my addiction.
Right.
Beginning of my transition. Okay. And Lake Havasu is a very relatively conservative area. And so everyone there was giving me like, you know, nasty looks. I didn't ever let that affect me, especially drunk.
Right.
Like me now, I'm like, I kind of get a little affected sometimes just because I don't like have like the mask of alcohol.
Right. And you can't, like,
but when I'm drunk, like I'm not thinking about other people around me. I'm like thinking of my friends. I'm like, how am I gonna get down?
Yeah. I'm like, who am I gonna make out
So
with?
I'm on an elevated surface.
Oh.
And I don't even necessarily know if I was Snapchatting or anything, but I was up there dancing, swaying, eyes drooping, looking dead. I want to literally say 6 feet above.
Oh, love.
Not kidding.
Love. Foreshadowing.
6 feet. I eventually fall backwards.
Oh.
My entire back. Boom. I don't even know. I don't know if I hit my head as well because I was so blacked out. God. And my friends that were with me were so concerned. I ruined the entire night because I couldn't walk.
Right.
The next day, I wake up tailbone to the top of my back, purple, the worst. I had to go get an X-ray, do all that, make sure I didn't like up my spine, make sure I like didn't up my head, and like it was embarrassing because I was on a family trip with my grandparents and my mother. Like, how am I gonna explain? Hey, I was blacked out, fell off. Like, it wasn't just a friend's trip. Like, I eventually had to go back to the vacation house that my grandparents and my mom was staying at.
Right.
And she was just like, I remember, like, she's like, "This is so ridiculous. Like, you need to go back to rehab." And I'm like, "No, I have it under control.
Like, it was just a crazy
I have it under control."
Yeah.
Because that was one of my stints back from rehab.
Right.
I'm like, I can. You ever heard of moderation, by the way?
No, after rehab, you can.
You can.
Yeah.
Because I think, like, a lot of times, like, what happens in rehab is, like, they'll kind of, like, try to, like, brainwash you into thinking that you're an alcoholic.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think, like, once you're there and, like, you know, and also, like, the people around you, like, those are crackheads.
Yeah.
I'm like, I am not like you.
It's true.
But actually, like, jokes aside, like, did you ever, you didn't go to treatment?
No.
Wow.
I raw dogged it.
Okay. What about, like, in your beginning meetings, did you ever, like, look around and be like, I don't belong here?
That's how I felt since moving to LA. Because it's way more druggy here. And I wasn't really into heavy
No,
drugs.
I mean in like, an ego sense.
Oh!
Like, I don't have a problem like you guys.
Yes, I still struggle with that, honestly. Like, sometimes I'm still like...
Whoa. Well, I don't go to meetings, so maybe that's why I don't have that mentality.
Well, yeah, sometimes I, like, forget how bad it was. And I'm just like, I actually, like, don't think that I have a problem. But then I get on this podcast and I talk to my sober friends and think about my past. And yeah. You're like, I'm concerned.
And we'll be right back after our next sponsor.
I might cut that out.
No. Well, let's
It's
just
kinda just real.
we just get deep and honest about
Yeah.
it. Okay, so I don't doubt my problem anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, I think as far as like getting to the point of like 6 a.m. setting alarms on my phone so I could like meet the
Right.
when the liquor licenses in California open up. Like
Right.
I think
That's not normal
That's not a
behavior.
normal behavior moment. But I don't know. Like I think it's different because you go to meetings often, and it's just like you hear about. You're also in a room. Keep in mind with a lot of freshly sober people,
Right.
and when you get freshly sober, like all of the emotions are coming up,
Yeah.
and you're like hearing probably insane stories of fresh things that
Right.
happened as well, on top of old stories. So it's just like. Obviously, your brain naturally is going to be like, since my life is okay and stable right now,
Right.
and it doesn't sound like that. It's like incomparable.
It's
But
a nice reminder.
I know you always, and I know you don't have a problem with like playing the tape back. I mean, neither do I.
Right,
Like
no.
you open that
Yeah.
file on your
Yeah.
computer, your brain computer.
Right.
You ever just look or get jealous?
Girl.
I get jealous of that person.
Yeah.
I'm like, I want to be drunk. No, wait.
What's going on?
I'm like, I get jealous of me in 2021. No,
Literally. It's just the first 2 hours of the pregame that's what like kept me drinking for so long. 'Cause
I
that was the
do miss
best.
a pregame.
The pregame, you feel so hot, your makeup's still together, you don't want to die yet. But then I don't remember blacking out. I remember the next morning.
Yeah.
Horrible things happening.
I was a pregame blackouter.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, I would
I
show.
loved
I
it.
would show. No. I would like pregame's supposed to be like 3-4 shots. I fear.
Which is crazy.
Like
Who's doing that?
I would do 8, 9, 10, and then I like show up to wherever we're
Yes.
going, and I'm stumbling in, not
Right.
stumbling out. I'm
Right.
stumbling in, and then being carried out.
Right.
But I still love a pregame to this day,
Yeah.
just in our own sober way.
It's a
I think it's
cute way.
it's the energy of a pregame, like the nice, like being in someone's house that you know and you love, and there's music, and everyone's like touching up things, and people are getting
Right.
dressed. It's just like fun girlhood.
So fun.
It's
yeah.
just that's like the biggest thing for me that I've learned is that a lot of the experiences that we thought were so special back then were so far away from the substance.
Yeah. Totally.
Like it's behind that. Not to get all like, sappy, but it's like the reason I still go out and the reason I still love to do the ritual is that I like found the beauty in what made me love those experiences.
Right.
If that makes
totally.
sense.
When I was drinking and like
Last week.
yeah, last week literally, and like the experiences that made me the most happy had actually like nothing to do with going out, which is why I think I don't really go out anymore that often, because I just like find so much joy out of other things. But I have been like dipping my toe in going out lately, and I'm like rediscovering my love for
I
it.
love it. I think a lot of people, it's like the statement I just made, right? To me and you, that's like actually like wholeheartedly true, right? But like, I fear a normie listening to me say that is like, get off your high horse. Like there's a lot of,
Wait, about
there's,
what?
there just the way sober people talk about their journeys. We're so proud of ourselves, and sometimes I even fear I come off as cocky or coming from like a place of like I'm better than you, and I it's also the way of like people taking it, right? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but like I don't get anything you've ever said that's cocky. You've literally just said, yeah, I got it locked away. I know I can't handle it, and I'm just not going to do it moving forward.
Yeah, but a lot of people who drink like take that as like subliminal judgment for them drinking. Like I get comments all the time. I guess I read Reddit every once in a while. Sue me.
Yeah.
Of being like, I'm so sick of Trevi talking about her sobriety stuff. Like, it's literally she thinks that she's better than like everyone.
It's so much projection. And it's so wild because like you'll get so many comments being like, you've saved my life. But then you see those negative comments and you're like, all right, I'll never talk again.
I literally have people like sobbing in the middle
Literally.
in the middle of tenants.
In the middle of
trees.
tenants. I loved how many people came up to you. Side note.
It was so fun.
It was really cute.
It
Your
was-
fans are really cute.
They're really sweet.
And they're just like, dare I say, you look amazing. And
I
was
know
like,
they're
"Okay."
speaking in Gen Z TikTok brain rot.
Yeah.
Whenever I'm like, it's so recent. Like people coming up to me, it's just there's such a difference of the lore of people. Even me, look at me. Do you hear me?
Yeah, right.
Even from like 5 years ago, when people come up to me to like now, it's a different language.
Yeah.
Like they don't even say like, oh my God, hey, I love your videos. It's like,
Yeah.
oh my God, Diva.
Yeah. It's a boots.
Boot.
Diva,
Oh my God,
slay, and they
boots.
like do a backflip. I'm like,
Wait,
what is happening
you're
right now?
eating Trevi, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God, your
Trevi
lore, your
down.
lore.
Yeah.
I'm so invested in your lore. I've been so invested in your lore for the past 10 years.
Right.
And I'm like, kind of here for it.
I love it.
I love it. Down
It's
boots,
so
mama.
cute.
It's the cutest
Yeah,
thing
they're
ever.
so nice.
But I'm repeating it back to them because I
Yeah.
understand that language.
Right.
I'm fully versed. I did Duolingo.
Do it at the same time. What?
1, 2, 3.
Talk to.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about it. Everyone's mad. Everyone's mad at her.
I don't know the lore. So you kind of have to. All I know. Okay. All I know is that this is the girl that did the street interview, right?
Yeah.
The Hawk Tua girl
Right.
is what people are calling her. I saw the video. It was like a 10-second long video of a guy asking her a question. She answered this man's question that he asked. I forgot what it was, but she literally said that she would hawk on a man, right?
Right.
What was
Spit on that thing.
Yeah, so that essentially she's alluding to spit, but how did that turn into?
It just went so viral. She was just like, "You gotta spit on that thing," hee hee, and people are saying like,
oh,
she
it's like
seemed-
about like
yeah. People are saying like, "Oh my God, it's going viral because she's like looked so innocent." I don't even know, but all I know is everyone's really mad because she said that she's like moving to LA and she quit her job and she got a manager. And to that I say, you wouldn't like. I don't know. People are so
she's
mad. Like,
slang.
so what if she moves to LA and it doesn't work out? Like, at least she tried it.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, she's gonna fumble, and it's like, dude, anyone could fumble. You might as well like Brittany
yeah.
Broski. She had the kombucha girl
Kombucha.
thing,
And
and
she's
she
so
thank God
fabulous.
she ran with it.
Well, but it's good because not comparing Brittany Broski to Hawk Tua, they both of their viralness is based off of their personalities.
Right.
It's different because we have a lot of random people we make famous nowadays.
Yeah.
You know, people who like even criminals that will make famous. Like even remember like Mugshot guy. There was an Alex from Target guy that we had go viral where it was a conveniently attractive man working in Target and a girl snapped a picture of him checking out her items and then she posted on Twitter and it went viral. And then
Oh,
he
wow, it's wild.
then he ended up like going on like tour with the G tour. It was just the
That's
lore
so
of
wild, yeah.
so we make a lot of random people famous. But I will say I do like that she's taking advantage of the relevance of it. And I think if she
Right.
continues to do personality driven content, I don't
Right.
see why she wouldn't. But
She
is
hasn't
that
made an Instagram yet or anything.
really?
I'm like, why haven't you? Everyone's making like ones,
She-
fake ones of her,
Oh whoa.
and they're getting like thousands of followers,
Oh my-
like hundreds.
I didn't realize
thousands.
how like big this thing is.
It's
she was on
crazy.
stage with Zach
Bryan,
Bryan,
yeah.
right?
Yeah. And it's just like, it's so wild, but I wonder how it's affecting her mental health because she seems fine online, obviously. But like, I mean, even like this, and I'm not famous at all. There's been times where it's been like, I've gotten like really mean DMs and it's just affected my mental health. And like, I can't imagine how she's doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It was weird, like, for me when I first started everything, because, like, I didn't know what to expect.
Right.
There wasn't many, like, younger people
Yeah.
or many people going viral, like, at all.
Right. You started it.
I literally was the first person to ever go viral.
It's true.
I don't know. I feel like she probably has, like, a good grip on, like, what social media is,
Right.
basically, is what I'm saying. She's older. I
Yeah.
was, what, 12, 13?
Yeah.
So,
That's wild.
but she's not, like, canceled or anything yet, right?
Right. No.
Yes, is
Yeah. Literally,
crazy.
you know, they're like searching high and low.
I know. Girl, if you're listening, I'm like, go on your Twitter and just delete your account.
Yeah. Scrub it.
I'm like, scrub it all.
Yeah.
No, actually don't. Because if we find out something about
Right.
you.
If you're horrible, then
Yeah,
we
if you're
wanna
horrible,
know.
then don't.
But she worked at a spring factory.
Me
before.
working as her publicist.
Yeah, like what? But she worked at a spring factory, and I guess she quit her job.
What's a spring?
That's a good question. They like make springs.
Yeah. Or they only work in the spring.
Well,
All right, guys, we're going to go into the unnamed segment where we answer your questions or advice inquiries. And I'm going to start. The first question is, how do I come to terms with being a virgin in my mid-20s? By the way, love you both the most. I didn't lose my virginity until I was 18, and some would say that was necessarily late, too, because I know a lot of people are like, high school.
yeah,
I even know people doing middle school. It depends on if it's, I'm assuming it's not by choice or if it's like a personal preference of wanting to only do it with someone that you're dating and can't find someone to commit type? Because that, like, what are the different scenarios that we could be fighting with here?
I mean, there's so many. I know that I lost mine at 19. I was about to turn 20, and if I wanted to wait until I found someone really special and that I was in love with, but unfortunately,
That's like,
I blacked out one night and it just happened, and I didn't.
we have the same story.
I know, literally. Why are
Then
we
I
the
fell in
same?
love with him.
Yeah. Screw me. But I know that if I didn't drink and if I never blacked out, I would have lost it way later. Maybe I've never lost it because I wanted to lose it to someone that I really trusted.
Right.
So all I know is there's no specific date you need to have sex for the first time. You have your whole life to have sex. Like, you will have it, and there's so much pressure to do it at a young age or just like be hypersexual, and we're here to tell you that that's stupid. And if you're having trouble finding someone to do it with,
there's so many people in this planet.
there's so many people, and like, you know, it's gonna take longer than you expected.
Look at me.
But
I'm gonna be 26 in 2 months. I've never even been in a real long-lasting relationship that's been longer than 3 months.
yeah.
I still have hope.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you should.
So, coming from someone in my mid-20s, late 20s,
Stop.
late 20s in September, hey. There's no pressure on having that. Like, no one in your 20s anyway is going to be asking you, like, so you lost your virginity yet?
Right. And you're weird if you do.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking
I
about?
couldn't ever imagine going up to someone at Tenants and being like,
Right.
Is Tenants our new Delilah?
I think,
where we're
lucky.
where we're talking about, like,
oh, yeah.
I mean, I still go every once in a while, but it's just we used to talk about it so much on here.
Yeah, I
and
know,
those
right?
Tenants.
Yeah. If I could have prolonged doing the sex for a while, would have saved me a lot of trauma. But I digress. Take your time. That's all I got to say.
I love you guys. I need advice for dating an active alcoholic. So currently dating an active alcoholic. It depends on the type of alcoholic that this man is, because there's different like ways that you could handle the situation. If he is an abusive piece of shit, I know it would kill you to leave him, and I know it hurts to leave, but you absolutely have to.
You got to leave.
You have to muster up the courage to get out of that situation, and that's coming from. We've been in that similar situation. We've been around the world.
Yeah.
Speaking of, we're going on tour now. There's also, though, like, if he knows and admits he has a problem and is communicating that with you and is like, I was never like mean or abusive. I was just like sloppy, but I also knew I had a problem, and like people that I would also have very deep conversations with people. Like, even when I was drinking, like, I know I have a problem. I just, like, I don't know how to get out of it.
Right.
Like, if he's kind of trying to navigate it with you, like, maybe it can turn into something beautiful and this man can get sober. And then, like, maybe it depends on if you guys both believe, you know, you're the loves of each other's lives, but it's not your job to fix them.
Yeah.
You can obviously help with whatever, if that's up to you. But
yeah. It's a lot of work.
it is a lot of personal work that, you know, this guy has to do.
Yeah.
So it's that question. We've had a similar question to that before, but obviously the basis of my answers are always just going to be like, you don't owe him in that area.
Yeah, like when I was in active alcoholism, I was like the worst version of myself, and usually people that
But you never had a problem.
right, that people are in active alcoholism, they are the worst versions of themselves. I had low self-esteem. The people I dated as a result had low self-esteem because they were with me. I would say this might be an inside job for you. Like, look at your self-esteem and really assess the situation. Like, make a list of like what you want in a partner and see if he ticks off some of those things. And if he doesn't, then you got to find the self-confidence and esteem to dip, because like you deserve better and you got to know that.
Yeah, totally. Advice on knowing when it's the right time to put Granny in the true nursing home.
No way. So the next one is how to deal with jealousy with a girl best friend. You ever been jealous of a girl?
Hey, have you ever?
Yeah.
Many a times.
My first BFF was like smoke show, and every guy would only talk to me to talk to her, and I was so jealous. But I was young.
The question was, asked kind of vaguely, though. I can't tell what side it's from.
It's giving she's jealous of her best friend, her best girlfriend.
Or do you think that the best friend is jealous of her and like doing things? Do what you're doing, but slay 10 times harder.
Right.
It'll literally knock them out.
Yeah.
Um,
With my situation, when it came to being jealous of girly best friends, again, it was like all my own insecurity, and I just had to build that confidence. It all comes back to self-esteem, people. So we got to build that.
I mean, obviously, an honest conversation would slay boots down house mama.
Right.
It's hard, and especially in big cities, it's just there's a lot of jealous people in general, regardless of if they're your best friend or not. Jealousy is something that I feel too. I will be jealous of someone's career, or I'll be jealous of someone's body, or someone got smaller implants than me and looked better on their body. Yeah, I didn't say that.
So they're just pitting women against each other,
Yeah,
left
that's
and
the thing.
right.
Girl
And can we just stop and just go against the men for once?
Yeah. Because why are the best friends always leaving the best girlfriends for men?
And why is that?
Yeah.
That's why we should stop dating them.
Ooh, and then we make them feel like the pieces of meat.
Yeah. Objectification summer. Bush objectification summer.
All right. It's giving actual literal gratitude. I hate my voice in this episode.
I
too.
literally think it's hot and
I
raspy.
hate it.
I'm
Guys,
grateful for it.
I'm so sorry. I get comments sometimes that say that I talk so slow, and today, since I'm so tired and out of it, I'm talking in actual 0.5 speed. I'm super sorry. I promise next week I'll drink an entire Celsius. But I don't know, maybe this episode ended up slaying, but
It did.
I'm feeling grateful.
Me too.
Yeah, and I'm grateful that tomorrow I get to sleep in as late as I want,
Love.
as late as I want.
Love it.
I'm grateful that my house is clean.
Yes.
And nothing's a better feeling than having a clean home. And I'm also grateful for, I got some personal news, great personal news from my mom about something. Obviously, I wouldn't air it out on here, but it was something that we were kind of worried about, but we're all chilling. And I think I'm really just grateful. I prayed, actually.
Okay.
Not a religious person.
Come on,
But I don't think
spiritual.
you necessarily have to be religious to pray. I think it's giving like just spiritual practice in general.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful that me sleeping is going to result in me having my voice back.
Yes.
That's in the future, though.
Right. Grateful for the future.
So, take it away.
I'm grateful for how juicy I look today, and I'm grateful that, again, Meg's album has been just like really nice. I'm grateful that I have my car keys again, even though it cost me an arm and a leg. And I'm grateful that I'm down to go out and shake ass for a while. I thought I was just going to be like a homebody the rest of my life, which is totally cool and fine. And like, I have my moments, but I like that I'm like, jumping into the spice of life again. So
I'm confused. So
What?
you paid the locksmith?
yes, $800.
You didn't say that.
Yes, I did.
No,
Bree, I did say that. I did.
No, you literally.
I did. I know what I said.
Can I tell you from my recollection what you
Okay.
said? You go, I asked, can you shave it down a little bit? He said no. I said, okay.
Yeah, and then I paid him.
But you are like behind, like when this podcast is done,
Right.
you're telling me that you overnighted the keys.
No, I did, and they lost the package.
Did you say that?
Yes, I did.
I told you I'm off today.
Girl, I did.
Am I on drugs?
You might be, and that's okay, because aren't we all? But
What a package to lose.
I know. Like, literally, I called the mini mart. They're like, this has never happened before. I was like, oh, great.
Well, first of all, that was your first mistake. Why did you overnight out of a mini mart?
I didn't. Like, that's the UPS access point. When
I
it
don't
does
give a
when
going
I
to a
missed the
UPS.
delivery. I missed the delivery. Like a bozo.
So that's where they put the packages that aren't
Yeah, that aren't.
signed
Yeah.
for?
Yep. Love that for me. Like, sorry I was on a hot girl walk.
A hawk,
blame
to, a hawk
Meg.
to a walk.
A
yeah.
hawk to a walk, yeah.
Yeah.
So, guys.
I'm so and like this.
Okay.
All right.
Love ya.
Love you guys.